Thank you so much, sir. I think that's me. Okay, already you know a little bit about me, who I am. Uh, it here is a little bit acknowledgement how I reach here from Kalash to United States now in Madison. So I would like to express my profound gratitude to the Center of Asia and Department of Anthropology, University of Wisconsin-Madison for supporting my travel and stay in Madison for this talk. Thank you so much. And also to all those who guided me, helped me in my entire career, just like my director, Dr. Abdul Samad. And he always encouraged me whatever I'm doing, and he supported me a lot. Without his support, maybe I was not able to stand here in front of you today. And I'm grateful to Professor Kenayar, who is here. And he always, when I first met him in 2011, he told me that I am the most strong archaeologist he ever met. And I'm still, wearing that compliment with me. So I still feel happy to I remember those words that I'm a strong archaeologist. So I'm also grateful to my family because I was the first female child from the community who was going out for their education. So of course, my mother, she supported me a lot. My father was against my education. That's another story. But finally, I got here, and I always say, beyond Beyonce, I'm Destiny's favorite child. Maybe, yeah. So here I'm going to show you a short documentary about Kalash culture. So listen carefully. Some speakers are speaking in English, some are speaking the native language, but there is some subtitles. If you have any question, you can ask me at the end. So I will be available to answer all of your questions. So it is necessary before I start my talk, you should know about the Kalash, who they are actually. So this documentary was made by me. I produced it and I directed it for the National Geographic. And it is from the birth to death, how the Kalasha live their life. It's all about that.
We believe only one God. We have some messengers inside in our houses. We sacrifice for them, and they will take the messages to God. Kalash culture is a rich culture, a unique culture all over the world.
Subelo sinayakin abi Sikandariya zamakam.
সুন্দর সাথী হমায়া ওসি হমেনা বড় সুন্দর সাথী ওয়া দাদা এই ওয়াক্তনা বড় সুন্দর পুষ্পাইছি ওয়াতাতি আসতি জামিন البته را ماموره جرمو آتا سوندر شاتی آتا شده همایا و سوندر شاتی شده شده تیتشی همینا
Like in past, Kalash people ruled Chitral, including some parts of Afghanistan and Gilgit Asmar.
From the beginning, our culture is like a shamanism. The shamans, were deciding that what the people have to do. We celebrate the festival for a new year. So we decorate all the houses, all the cattle houses with flower. Means that it's a welcome of a new year. Then we decorate all the things with flower.
धतुरोमा बठाने मगम मुझे जमाना मुरा मन न कई कीचक बहुदाई कई कीचक तब्दील जाए कमन जाए गए दस्तूरा बिसारस दक दाई सुवाल कर गए हो पूरा शिया न जास्ता पूरा अब आए खो मैं जिंदगी अंदे चक्की आई लोग
In Kalasha culture, there is a concept of pure and impure, Onjashta and Pragata. So there are certain places that are not allowed for women to go there. The high pastures, especially the altars and some temples.
During festival times, we have religious songs. Marriage ceremonies, we have some other songs. And death ceremonies, we have some others. When someone burns, we sing songs and we dance. And when somebody dies, and we also make dance and we also sing songs.
आशा खाली न पारू जाए खर्चा कर जाए आशा की हक किसी असल लमचम जरे हो जाए को किया दिया युग जाए हलाल करे और पूजा हुआ भाया शीनी हर का खुदा हक दाया उसे हक तासा असल वसाचे बशीदा है मत खर्चा ही Aso adema watu nashati homa somshia wasanata koma masabjidati.
تو عيال كارن دمنا ويا مسلمان بو مسلمان أثبت تان سب مسلمان تان دشمن سب مسلمان شتا سبت يا الله عيال كارن داي كي لا خاله كلي مارن داي ستوغس كارن داي سودايا كان بو بيرا مارن داي امي بعض ماترن داي كي امي تعليم كارن داي تعليم كا يلا سكولي إيسي شرين تيربي وداين داي كتاب matrawan da se tawa matrawa matran da kalashas kawashio ukuk kawasishio kalashas geno se kitab kawashio gondai musulmana sta yali shio kitab shio shia kitab na saw shio janata sa shio dujaka sa shio pashende matran dai ya shio kalashas kawasishio gondai.
In 16th, 17th, and 19th centuries, the forced conversion was taken by Islamic warriors, Islamic preachers, and the people from Usun Valley, Nurdistan, and Kalash Valley, some valleys of Chitral, they converted to Islam. And some people who do not convert, they run away from the places and remain in mountains. And some people, they kill themselves by putting themselves in rivers.
We had more than 40, 50,000 when we had our own kings in Chitar region. We have only 3 valleys left. Before we had big valleys in Urtsun, Shishiko, Janjaret, and Droj. These were the bigger valleys. And then the number of people, started to get less and less. And now we are, less than 4,000 total population here in 3 valleys.
दोबारा शहर वजह नमामने के मजहब हर का मजहब को जाएगा आओ कमाई ज्यादा शेकारू कारू परवदिगारी अलम हर कर्म सब तन जयगा न थवल
Warek sewa jauh mati tiap kota itu mana, saya sudah kaki Musulmani ya botis ya, saprik Musulman tuan. Eli saya kia sih kayak masalah karan. Ne kalimat ne matri pe tu dunia hanya safar kaya sih ya uta. Tayo kiamat ne, tayo janat ne, alapak tayo kalashaz batiyo, dushak fauzaya. Oje sawo maya seo bire, seo istrinya kasar, citra camai karan. Kalash bati kiel na karan. هم شیعه مذهب ازاد مذهب شیشه مذهب مسلمانی شیعه و پابندی میزناری دی شما کو کاری بگوینی چیتا سو دیشت راچه کیه کاری
Kalashik community needs the major things what we think is very important: education, health, and cultural activities to sustain their unique culture. Like in education, they don't have their own institutions, and they are going to schools, in primary schools, and they are teaching Islamic studies, and that's a big problem for them. Once they grown up, they starting hitting at the Kalash culture because they have learned already other religions, and the Kalash people, they don't have any written materials, written proof, and they're discouraging by the teachers, and that is a really big threat to the culture.
Just if someone likes to convert, we cannot say anybody that you will not convert. Wherever he wants to go, which religion he accepts, we don't mind this. It can prove that you are from a happy family, from a happy people.
Okay. So this was all about the Kalash culture. I hope you enjoy it. Now, the real thing is how the modernization affecting this culture. I'm going to talk about that now. So it is. This picture is taken in the during the spring festival in Kailash. Is already told in the documentary. We have 4 major festivals in every year because we don't have any daily prayer to like the Muslims, like other religion. We have only 4 major festivals where we pray, where we thank to our God who gives us that more important and wonderful seasons in a year. So this is also the spring festival it is representing, and during these festivals, it is not for only entertainment. We do certain rituals and we distribute dry fruits. We do some people who are coming from outside of the world, people who are living in the valleys, we distribute the dry fruits to each and every one in the valleys. So this is Uchao festival. As I mentioned, we have 4 major festivals. Uchao festivals every year we celebrate in the mid of summer, like in 19 and 22 summer. Summer. It's a harvesting festival. Kailash, let me tell you a very very amazing thing about Kailash. Kailash is everything in Kailash is songs and dancing and celebrations and everything. Like the death, like the birth, like if you are angry with someone, you sing a song. You didn't fight with him, like you didn't harm him. You sing a song in the winter festival against the person, like you describe him, he's a very bad person. Then the person, he do the same against you. So Kailash is everything in Kailash, the sadness, the happiness, everything's in songs and in dancing and like that. And so recently, the KVDP, Kailasha Valleys Development Authority surveyed in Kailash. According to their survey, we are little bit increased now. It is 4,109 families now in the Kailasha Valleys. So there is a valley which is called the Birir Valley. The lady, she was talking about the conversion. There we have very less Kailashis now left, only in few families. This is a Prum festival. Again, it is celebrating only in Birir Valley in mid of October. But these people don't want the tourists in their valleys. That's why they never announce the specific date for the festival, because they want they want to celebrate the festival by themselves, because it is all about rituals, all about their happiness. As you saw in the documentary, there are a lot of outsiders. It was shoot in 2013, but now it is almost impossible to do something like there are a lot of outsiders, only few Kalashis just like in the middle. So it is very difficult sometimes to go to the festival to do your rituals and your performance and like that. So that's why these people from Biri, they never announce the date in the for this festival. So this is a Chomos festival, the winter festival, which already you saw in the documentary. Now let's talk about the modernization. Recently, there was a lot of change comes to the valleys because of the technology, because of the media, because nowadays we are like living in this global village. So it is, I was, when I was there and I tried to figure out how the local community think about the modernization, what is their perception about the modernization, what they think about it. So almost 80% male, female, they replied that it's not entirely negative, although yes, it is threat to the culture, because we are forgetting our rituals. Our new generation, they don't remember the religious songs, because we have, as I mentioned, during the festivals we have some specific songs which we only sing during those specific days. We are not allowed to sing those songs after that specific period, because we consider they are sacred songs. If we sing that all the time, the secrecy and the purity and the power of acceptance will be like less, that it will be not accepted like that way. That's why those songs are not even recorded. We are not allowed to record those songs. So the new generation is now the technology and education, sometimes even not we are like able to celebrate the festival, so they are slowly gradually forgetting that these things. Let me tell you, in 2022 I was doing my research on the weathermen. So almost 2% young generation answer me what is the weatherman's responsibility in the valleys. And that's a very important task in the valleys. Every year in December we announce a weatherman who is responsible for the entire year's weather, because he's doing the rituals and he have to sacrifice something and to have to talk to the universe and the clouds and everything and like that. So only 2% new generation girls and boys, they able to answer about the weatherman. And these are the things which are changing slowly, gradually. And also the rituals, they are getting less and less every day because of the modernization and the modern things. And of course the culture dress. Let me show you some pictures here. These are the negative impact, like the erosion of traditional practices, religious belief, festivals and rituals, modern construction. How could I forget that? Modern construction, it's like it is very close to my heart. In 2019, there was a construction. It was a new hotel. They built the hotel in between temple and the Bashali. Bashali is basically a maternity house where the girls go during the special days, and they also the women give childbirth in that Bashali. So the hotel was in the top of the Bashali. There was no privacy in the Bashali. Everybody can see from the hotel to the Bashali, inside the Bashali. And nowadays, the camera and mobile phone is everywhere. So there was no secrecy. It was a big threat for the Bashali, and of course for the temple as well. So my director, Dr. Abdul Samad, he loves Kalash more than anyone else in the world, I think. So he instructed us to go there and to give the notice to the person, but we did that continuously, but it doesn't listen to us. Unfortunately, I don't have the pictures how we destroy the hotel. Then we don't have any other option, and we destroy the hotel. And after that, I received some phone calls from different locations that you are a girl and you're doing this and that. It's another story. So the modern construction is also a big threat to the culture. The people, they are making ugly hotels, and also the amazing thing was about the hotel was he also put the big flag of Pakistan in the front gate, and there was a green Pakistan. So we should not allow to destroy the hotel because this is the green Pakistan, because it is just try to manipulate the people and like that. And traditional dresses and jewelries, of course, languages change now. like the languages. I have songs of my grandfather. I lost him in 2020 during the pandemic. And still, when I listening those songs, some words which I don't know the meaning of those words. It is during the modernization, during the interaction with the other people, the language is also in danger. And then the traditional crafts and skills. It is like nobody now know how to like make the woolen threads and like that, and lose of the community cohesion. Like there are a lot of people coming from outside. It is like again, they increase the social stratifications and introduction of the new values. So here I'm going to show you these pictures. See the first picture and then the second picture and then the third picture. And the third picture, he's my cousin. And I was like, when I saw this photo and I was against, like I was about to fight with him. Why you dress up like a Punjabi? It just look like a Punjab groom from Punjab. It's not look like a Kalashi. So this is how the things are changing now, and this is not the entirely Kalash culture. Everybody was talking about this, especially the people who think like us. We are Kalajists. We always think like at least something can remain, but this is. And here you can see the first picture and then the second picture. Everybody in the valleys now they do the hijab thing. Hijab is, see the first picture. It is like almost I think 50, 70 years old picture. There was no concept of hijab. There was a woolen traditional shawl, and they put the shawl like this, like the ladies are wearing here. And then you will see this lady. She's wearing the woolen dress. The woolen dress is totally disappeared from the valleys now. Nobody is wearing the woolen dress because the first thing is it is very difficult to make it, because it takes almost 2 months to 3 months to make one dress. And the second thing is it is very, very heavy to carry it. But the benefit of this dress is you never feel cold, you never feel hot. It controls everything because it's totally woolen. That's why. And here you can see this local Talbans, like they already, cover like. So what is the positive change in the valleys? Let me tell you about this little bit. So the positive change is in 2018, the very first time Directorate of Archaeology and Museums Government of KPK spent 60 million rupees in Kalash. To renovate their altars, to renovate their dancing places, graveyards, and many, many things. And we also introduced the bylaws. That's why we destroyed the hotel in the valleys. So this is the positive thing because of the globalization, because of the modernization. It is now the people are getting education. They can talk by themselves. They can talk about their rights and like that. So this is the culture preservation efforts now. The KVDP, Kalash Valleys Development, is working to preserve the Kalash culture. And there is a tourism authority center. They are trying to sustain the tourism, which is not sustaining yet, because I always used to say that if tourism is not controlling it, there is no difference between tourism and terrorism, because you are a small community and we are all a huge cloud coming from outside. And there was a very famous memes, very viral video in the TikTok. It was millions views there. So somebody asked a young girl, how you girls are getting married? And she said, we, like it is in Urdu, हम बात के शादी करते हैं. Like we do the marriage by choice, like it is like that. So it is very negative impact when you see in your Urdu word. It's a choice marriage. It's not a baat ke shadi. And then everybody is coming to the valleys. Maybe they are thinking that it is a baat ke shadi, so we can choose any girl from the Kalash and we can get married and like that. But that's not happening. But it is the media, which is, it is the very bad impact on the culture. Only 4,000 people. You have a lot of influence from the outside, like from the media, from the tourism, from the surroundings. So, and then it is also the positive thing is the tourism revenue. If it's a sustained tourism, education. That's why, because I'm here. And then more opportunities outside of Kalash, improve living standard, access to the healthcare, infrastructure development, economic opportunities. And here I'm again going to show some picture. This is the picture of Chitral Museum when I was working there. And the CM, Chief Minister of KPK, he visited Kailash Valley during our development work projects there. My director is in the green shirt, Dr. Abdul Samad, and he is the first man who, that's why a lot of people believe that we are descendant of Alexander the Great. The Alexander has nothing to do with the Kailash. Because in 1993 to 2009, the Greek community, they comes there and they supported us a lot. I also get the scholarship from them for my studies. So they supported us a lot because they believe that we are descendant of Alexander the Great. The thing is, I not look like the Alexander's descendant, but a lot of communities, especially in Birir Valley, they have green eyes. And like they look like the Greeks, you know. So the people just see their appearance, they believe that we are descendant of Alexander the Great, but it is not, in reality, it is maybe not true because I'm an archaeologist. We have never found any evidence that can prove that Alexander came to that area. So after that, after the Greeks, it was the very first time that the Church of Archaeology supported the community because it was neglected by the government. That's why 70% people believe that we are descendant of Alexander the Great because of the support. And here, she's my cousin and she's cricketer. Now she's selected for the international, she qualified for the international cricket team now and she's playing in Lahore. This is the positive change, I think so. And my sister, she's footballer. And she's playing football again in the national team. And so she's young, she's just 18 years old, but she's already doing really great to playing football. And she is also studying in Lahore and she's a very good researcher. And she did a lot of work in climate change and also for the conversion as well. And very first time I come to know from her because she's young and she was with, the girls were very comfortable to talk to her maybe. And she told me that the girls become convert because they want better opportunity outside the Kailash. They want a better life outside the Kailash. That's why they are converting. They are going outside of Kailash because the life here is really very tough for them. So this was the concept of my sister. She did her research on the Kailash conversion kind of thing. So what is the threat to the culture? It is lack of awareness, of course, as in the documentary we already described about that what is like the conversion of Kailashas, they converted to the other religions as well. Every year, there are maybe 10, 20 people, they converted to the other religions. And the second thing is there is no, if a culture or religion, if somebody is not converting to your culture and religion, it never increase like that much. It always decrease because people are dying and people are converting. So there is no one comes to the culture. Everybody is going from the culture. That's why it is like it's also a threat for the Kailash. Modern construction, I already told about the hotel thing, and still people are now the thing is little bit controlled because they're scared now. Maybe they can also destroy our hotel. So, but it was really fast during when I was working in Chitral Museum in Kalash, and everybody was doing the modern construction kind of thing and like that. And then the insensitivity of tourists. Tourists, especially the domestic tourists, when they comes to the valleys, they never ever care about your privacy. They just come to your house, they just try to take your photos. And when you are in the festival, in this year, in 2024, during the festival, I was giving the interview to the national TV. It is a PTV in Pakistan. I was giving the interview to the national TV, and there was a person, he was almost about my father's age. And he was just trying to stand by my side, and he was making TikTok. And I told him that, please don't disturb me. I'm giving an interview, but he was not listening to me. He was trying to touch me like this, you know. So I was just, through 2 to 3 times, I tried to stop him, but he didn't stop. And then there was a stick in my hand. I started hitting him. And, and then I start all the people around me, hitting everybody around me, you know. So my mother, she was looking at me, and she's a community judge, my mom. She's a Kailash community judge. So she's a very sophisticated woman. And she come to me and she tell me that, you consider yourself educated woman? You're hitting people like this. You know, she was just like, and then she took me to home and she told me, tomorrow you are not going to participate in the festival because you are just out of control. And I told my mom, this was wrong. what the person was doing, it was wrong. My mom told me, no, you were wrong. Why you are hitting the people? Because I don't have any other option. And I always used to tell the people, if the tourism and the people are like that much insensitive, maybe in future there is no Kailash for the festival, only the tourists will be there. So that is the big threat to the culture and for the new generation, of course. And then the under financing, of course, it is again, I already mentioned that my younger sister, she find out that why the girls going to convert. Oh, this is again the acknowledgement, sorry. Oh, here is like, I have a small quote I want to mention here, and that is, threat may come, numbers may fall, yet we are protecting by the great spirit. Our community will rise again. Kazi Khoshnawaz 2014. He was the oldest man in my documentary. I was the last person who took his interview. He was almost 115 years old, something he told me by himself, that I was the last person who took his interview. And after that, he died. And my brother, he is also not in this world. He told me, just finish your documentary because the people are dying. And maybe after your documentary, there is no elder will left. So this was like, I was a very lucky one. So I got in touch with him in a very last stage of his life. And he's my grandfather. And the ritual we are doing is, we are observing the sun in the morning. I get up in the morning, I was observing the sun with my grandfather, because there is a sun observation tradition in Kailash Valley. And it is also inscribed in UNESCO's tentative list, Suri Jagat, observing of the sun. So my grandfather was an expert of this Suri Jagat. So this is me and my grandfather, we were talking about the Suri the movement of the sun. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ready. If you have any question, you can ask me.